What do you have the Broncos going in 2025? We have our record. Kevin and Cecil have the same record. I am just a couple of games behind them, but still an improvement upon what they were able to achieve last year in Bo Nix's rookie year. And the fact that they won 10 this year, they have improved the roster and now look to improve upon what they can accomplish in year number 2. I do want to talk about real quick just before we get into the games, the fact that they have 5 national games, 1 London game and then 4 primetime games, one of which is a Christmas evening game, so the world will be watching. Cecil, I really think this is a big deal. Not that it's like, oh my gosh, the Denver Broncos. We thought, and you said it probably before anybody in this market has said it, the Broncos are back.
Yes.
And we can say it until we're blue in the face. We're the local broadcasters, right? We're local fans. But when the NFL gives them 5 national games, that means Roger Goodell, that means the schedule makers that work tirelessly to make this thing work and put all this together, they also believe what we believe, and that is that the Broncos are freaking back as one of the top-tier franchises in the NFL.
It's a great way to tell what the rest of the country thinks about your team, because there were times and years where, why aren't the Broncos on TV as much? The Broncos always drew a crowd nationally as a television audience, and we know it's about TV revenue. It's about making money in the NFL. That's what they do, and they are perfect at it. Well, then the Broncos fell on hard times for a decade, basically. And during that time, and in the lowest moments, they weren't on TV that much, national TV. Now they're back because of Sean Payton, because of Bo Nix, and because of the hope that is generated by what's being done at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit.
Yeah, a quick tweet from Mike Klisk. He thought that it was interesting they had the games in prime time and nationally as well. He said, I asked NFL broadcast vice president Oni Bose, I believe. I've never heard of this person. If the Broncos' 4 primetime games meant that they believe Bo Nix is ready for primetime. Bose's response, quote, well, Sean Payton definitely believes Bo Nix is ready for primetime. We've heard that a lot from our partners, how bullish he is on the roster,
right?
End quote. So Sean's confidence and then Bo's results is what led to these 5 national games for the Denver Broncos. I don't think it's something that we should overlook. We should all be very appreciative of that they feel the same way we feel about this football team.
I like it there as well. And one thing I don't like, and this is where it ends today, and I guess maybe fortunately for those that don't believe, I do not believe the Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs this year.
Oh, I love that take, man. I love that take.
They have a league-leading 7 primetime games, tying the record for the most in the season. The entire country has Chiefs fatigue.
I was going to ask that. Is it the whole country or is it just the division that hates
No, everyone outside of Kansas City pretty much hates the Chiefs. Okay, the Swifties are one thing, and the NFL is looking for the Swiftie audience. Oh, God, for the love of God, I'm done.
Wait till they break up.
Right, who's Evan Ingram dating or married to? I don't care, right? I don't care who Travis Kelce is dating or whatever. I hope they have a happy relationship and are married forever and ever and ever, right? I don't care. But the rest of the nation, from a football standpoint, they have Chiefs fatigue. So if the Chiefs do fall short of the playoffs with 9 wins, maybe even 10 wins doesn't get you in the playoffs. The Chiefs fall short. A lot of people are going to be able to watch it because they're going to be on primetime 7 times.
Ugh, gosh.
Yeah,
my feelings wouldn't be hurt if they stubbed their toe and got flexed out of some games. That might be a fun little role reversal for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That would be. And again, it's just like, enough, buddy. We've already seen this movie. Mm-hmm. Change the record.
Remember a couple months ago when I told you I joined that Kansas City radio station? And I started to question them about the refs, and then they hung up on me?
Right.
I'm going back on that station today.
Whoa.
And I'm going to try to get them to hang up on me again.
Whoa, okay. Did the refs approve your schedule? Like, you have to come up with something really...
I'm going to go with that one.
Like, okay, the new schedule you guys got. All right. Did the officials have to approve that to sign off on that? Like,
let's see. He hung up on me on the 4th question. See if I can get that done at 2 today.
Yeah. And if the Broncos and, in their mutton busting video...
Yeah.
Did they take a shot at Russell Wilson with the, they're going to regret that?
I didn't realize this. This is cool that you found.
Well, Mace tweeted about it, and he put it out there via Twitter. So, that's something if you stop the frame, stop the press, and the Giants kid gets bucked off and says, oh, what a giant mistake, they're going to regret that one. And is that a shot at Russ?
That's not coincidence.
Well, one, I was like, is that a shot at Russ? Are you talking about the little kid who's probably larger than Russell Wilson? Or are you talking about they're going to regret that one? I mean, yeah, maybe.
I'll take both.
But what they should have done, and again, Broncos, you have access to George Lucas, to Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and you could do a little better than mutton busting. But what I would have done is the Chiefs guy gets bucked off of the sheep, of the mutton that he couldn't bust, and then an official comes in and puts him back on.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been great.
That would have been
That's
great.
how you do a damn video. Maybe a little shot at Russ, whatever. The Russ stuff is old. Take a shot at the refs sucking up to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good extra word. Good extra word.
Up.
Really good extra word right there.
Yes.
There's resources there to be used. And now we've got 2 straight years without Peyton Manning. If Peyton Manning's not in next year's schedule release video, I'll provide the pitchforks. We're going down there.
Kev's going to riot.
Yeah, me and Kevin are going to riot. All right, so let's do it, man. Let's go through the schedule. Let's go through game by game, week by week. And as we get through the games, those of you out there in the tribe that want to join us, hit us up, 303-713-1043 on the RamosLaw.com text line. And if you just want to go literally one for one, www, or just tell us what you have their record as, that's all good, too. Just like our boy Kevin, the coffee guy. He chimes in on the RamosLaw.com text line. Kevin, appreciate the text. 12-5 for our Broncos. And Bo Nix is again going head-to-head with Jaden Daniels. But this time for the league MVP. Let's Bo, says Kevin, the coffee guy. Absolutely love that. Great text from
I haven't
Kevin.
heard Kevin Kistner talk about Bo Nix's league MVP.
Yeah,
I
Kevin.
think Kevin, the
Where
coffee
you
guy,
at,
just
Kevin?
took your title as Bo Nix's #1 supporter.
Well, you didn't ask me about it.
No, you need to say it. You say Super Bowl champion intervention, Hall of Fame,
I said
you say
Hall
all
of
that.
Famer.
He did say
What-
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Why aren't you saying MVP this year? If he's a Hall of Famer, he's going to have multiple MVPs, right?
He's going to have 5 MVPs like Peyton
And when's he start then?
this year.
That's the first time you said that. Kev, the coffee guy, beat you to it.
I mean, to be fair, he played better than Josh Allen did last year as MVP. He had more touchdowns than Josh Allen last year.
To be fair, who won that playoff game?
I don't
Why
want
do
to
you
talk
gotta bring
about
that
that. I don't want to talk about that part of it.
The Broncos defense.
I want Buffalo again. I want Buffalo in Buffalo again. Not afraid of the Bills.
In Buffalo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Go break some tables.
Yeah. Do
How's that work
shots
out?
out of bowling balls and whatever.
Exactly.
Spray that weird old guy with mustard and ketchup. So gross. That guy's disgusting, dude. All right, let's do this.
All right.
Let's go through every game, week by week.
Okay.
Week 1, you start with Tennessee and Cam Ward making his NFL debut. I'm going to go 4 sacks, 2 interceptions for Cam Ward. Broncos get a dub.
Yeah, the Broncos get a dub here because with Cam Ward, one, he holds on to the ball too long. He does playground football all the time. Now, he's a hell of an athlete, and he's got a big arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, welcome to the NFL, kid. You're going to get sacked 5, 6, 7 times. This could be a 7-sack game for the Broncos defense. It could be just absolute, throw the damn towel, that type of thing. Rookie, welcome to the NFL type of moment. That's what happens week 1. Easy Broncos win.
Week 2, first road game of the season. They go to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. It'll be a September 14th game. My eyeballs are bad. It's a 2:05 start, and it'll be on CBS. Cecil, Kevin, also the invitation extended to you. I got the hookup in Seymour, Indiana. If you guys want to make the road trip, we can make this go down.
Okay, you're road trip guy this year. I like it.
I do want to be road trip guy
I like
this
it.
year.
Road trips, I'm down. And listen, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, Burt Jones, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of another Jones that played
Yeah.
quarterback, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's in at quarterback. The Broncos beat up on the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts are you know what the Colts are going to do? They're going to be in the market for another quarterback next year. That's how bad this thing's going to go. They might be on a march for arch as this thing's getting going. They're going to be terrible, and the Broncos are going to dominate that game. Next game, another road trip. So you're going to go 2 consecutive road games here. This time it's your first division opponent, and it's the Chargers that you'll get at SoFi out there. Cease, this is my first loss. I think that they split with the Chargers, so I'm playing my hand for Week 18.
Yeah.
But I think they lose at LA this year.
Did they beat the Chargers last year?
Not once.
Not once. And they are 1-5 in SoFi, which includes that stupid Rams game.
Wow.
Where Baker Mayfield goes nuts on them. So it's not great, Bob. And
That's weird. That's not even that. It's an hour flight.
Right. I will say this, and there's a lot of Broncos fans. I mean, how
Yeah.
many Chargers fans are there really?
I know one. Postal Brian. Shout out to you, bro.
Okay, shout out Postal Brian. We love Postal Brian.
Yeah, he's a goat.
I know one, my former Orkin guy. I was like, "You're a Chargers fan?" He's like, "Give me tickets."
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
What? I don't do that, buddy. Like, no.
I had another one, Mike, and his sister were Chargers fans, but they were from there. So they just rooted for San Diego then at the time.
Okay. I thought San Diegans didn't like them anymore because they left.
I don't think they like sports.
I don't know. I know St. Louis hates Stan Kroenke now.
Yeah, they do.
And they don't follow the Rams. But either way, this is a loss for the Broncos. They'll get their revenge on the Chargers later on.
And it'll mean much, much more than a September 21st game.
Yes.
All right, first primetime game, Monday Night Football. Boom, 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 boom. I always love doing that. It's the Bengals and the Broncos. It's Burrow versus Bo. Who wins this one, Cease?
Yeah, do they play defense in Cincinnati?
No.
Is Trey Hendrickson going to be there?
TBD. No one knows.
What did he say? Like there's good sharks and bad sharks, or sharks about shark food or
and
something?
he was a shark, and
I don't know. So shark skin, I don't know. I don't know what he was talking about. But all I know
if
is
he's a shark. That means he has two.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There you go. Look out there. I would say look out, Joe Burrow, because this defense has got multiple pass rushers to send waves upon waves upon waves after you. And now with Jahdae Barron, you'd have to think, okay, you're going to your third target, Andre Iosivas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah. Iosivas versus Barron? Give me Barron all day. Barron with a pick six in this game. Broncos win.
And they got to contain T. Higgins a bit more than they did in that last game versus Cincinnati. I will say this, just full disclosure, I have this as a win. If this were in Cincinnati, I'd feel different. But
Okay.
you said it. Mile High Magic is back, man.
It's back, baby.
And they're going to get the dub right
Love
there.
it. Love
Let's
it.
go to week 5. Again, we're going to start a 2-game road trip here. One of them's in London. We'll get to that game next. But on October 5th, it'll be an 11 a.m. kickoff, and it'll be against the defending champion Los Angeles, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think we both have this as a loss.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, world champions. It's in their pad. It's going to be tough to win this one. You can't stop the push. A.J. Brown versus Pat Surtain is going to be special, but Devontae Smith and that speed. Take the top off the defense. Dallas Goedert at tight end. Saquon Barkley
That's the scary
is
one.
where I should have started because you made a lot of additions to your defense to stuff the run because guys like Jonathan Taylor ran over you. James Cook ran over you in a wild card game. Josh Allen didn't even do anything because you couldn't stop the run. I don't know how you stop Saquon Barkley, so this is a Broncos loss.
Yep, I'm with you there. Then they go to London, like we said, back-to-back road games, Philly and then London. This is the Week 6 matchup, October 12th. Again, 7:30 a.m. on NFL Network. But you're technically the away team here, but it's the Jets. We were talking about a little bit during the break. How many Jets fans travel to London when they're a terrible football team and organization right now?
Right.
It'll be littered full of orange and blue, and the Broncos will dominate this game.
Oh, there is one thing the Jets have that I wish the Broncos had.
What?
Mason Taylor.
Oh, true.
Yes.
True.
So that whole week, get ready for
we can do
lots
it
of
a whole
that.
lot, yeah.
Exactly. Except maybe with an English accent. Auntie Chill.
Chill.
You did it way better than I did. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the Jets
I wonder
are
if she makes the road trip because then there's another one for us to be on.
possibly you. If you look at this game, they have two backs, Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. They've got Garrett Wilson, but you got PS2, so he's eliminated. They have Mason Taylor, which is interesting, as always. But yeah, Justin Fields, no, you're going to beat up on the Jets in London.
Agreed. Both have a win there. Then you come home. No bye week after the London trip. You get to host what might be, we're just talking about the tweet, Russell Wilson and the New York Giants. We have this as a win. This is our first disagreement with Kevin Kistner behind the glass. Has this as a loss because strange things happen with the schedule and travel. But I understand why you said that, Kevin. I just think the Giants are too bad to lose that game.
Yeah. The Giants in this one, I just see the lack of a bye week be damned. That's a Sean Payton choice. So Sean Payton in choosing, like when they went out to West Virginia, of course, because Sean Payton discovered electricity. And, okay, you had the Tampa game. That was a win. And he felt it was best in his team's interest to stay on the coast, go to West Virginia, and then go to play in a downpour where Bo Nix had his first touchdown pass. I'm going to trust Sean Payton on this one.
I'm too.
If Sean Payton's decision is like, let's just come back from London, let's get back in the thing, maybe a little extra, whatever, sleep in, whatever, get your body clock correct, and then go out there and beat up on the Giants. It doesn't matter if it's Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, anybody. They will win this game. Even if it's Jameis. If it's our guy Jameis, like,
that would be awesome.
we saw it last year.
That
What did he
would
throw
be
for
awesome.
200 yards to Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
Right? And he threw a bunch of picks.
You know he'd be prepared.
I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
It's the best quote of all time.
It is awesome.
All right, we got to roll through a few of these here. But Kevin, you're that's the one difference. But you and Cecil still end up at the same record.
We end up with the same record. I think you lose a game you're not supposed to lose. You win a game you're not supposed to win.
I like it.
And there's just something weird about that time difference. Maybe the rest of the roster, they get too tired. I don't know.
Too tired.
He doesn't trust Sean.
That's that Nuggets.
Yeah, they
excuse.
get the Nuggets.
Yeah.
excuse for
MPJ
this
isn't
game.
out there, girl.
You never know.
He's got that diaper thing on under his pads. Next up is Week 8, Dallas. I have that as a win.
Yeah, Broncos win this one, and they can beat up on the Cowboys.
Go to the Texans in Week 11. Week 9. And this is one that I have as a loss. I think you have as a loss as well. And this is where Kevin makes ground up with the win right there. I think the Texans are going to be a good team, and they're also in a very bad division. They're going to be a playoff team for a long time, and they win playoff games. The Texans are a good team.
How do you stop C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, Dalton Schultz?
Wow.
I just named all of their fantasy assets, by the way. They've got 4 receivers. They got a hell of a running back. They got a good tight end, and they got a good young quarterback. This is an L for the Broncos, but the Texans will do them favors. Everyone, not right now. Look at the Texans' schedule. At the end of the year, they can knock out teams that are chasing the Broncos for the playoff seeding.
Ooh, so we'll be rooting for some Texans
Yeah,
games.
we're rooting for the Broncos in this one. I think it's a Broncos L, but later on, we'll all be rooting for the Texans to take care of business.
And I'll add another layer. Very well coached. Very well coached.
Very true.
All right, let's go to Week 10. Raiders, first time you get them in the division. This one's at home. I have them sweeping the Raiders this year, so I'll play my hand for Week 14, but W right there.
Win next.
Win next. How about KC? This one is at home. It'll be a 2:05 game. I'll be interested to see if this one gets flexed into prime time, too. See where they're at in the division, what the records look like, how close they are in contention for the AFC West. This one is a win.
Did you like knowing your Christmas gift ahead of time?
Well, I would go down like Christmas Eve and peek through everything and then tape it back
But
up.
did you like if it was like, okay, what do you want this year? And then it's like, that's what you're going to get. Like
No.
December 1st.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I'm telling you on May 15th, you're getting both Kansas City wins.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs do not beat you this year, and they do not make the playoffs.
Okay. Then Week 12, we have the bye week, and hopefully I find myself on a beach somewhere. Week 13, at the Commanders. This is the Kevin Kistner Bowl right here. Bo versus Jaden. I have the Broncos taking an L here. The Commanders are a great team. They have home field advantage in this. They'll be fighting to keep their home field playoff hopes alive, battling with the Eagles there in their own division. So I think this is a loss for the Broncos.
Too many AARP players for the Commanders, including Zach Ertz. Debo Samuel probably be hurt at the time because he's always hurt. And Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, and Austin Eckler are not easy to contain, but containable by this top Broncos defense. Broncos win.
How old is I was going to say they're all old, but Brian Robinson is not that old, right?
Not really. 4th year, something like that. And Eckler's as old as Phil. They came into the league the same time.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Brian Robinson's only 26. I thought Austin Eckler was into his 30s. Phil's just barely 30, isn't he?
What's Austin Eckler, Kev? He's a little bit he's a little bit older. But him and Phil, there was a time in Colorado high school football where he had Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, and Philip Lindsay.
Dude, I watched Austin Eckler absolutely dominate the Ore Diggers, the Colorado School of Mines. And then he told me about it at the Super Bowl, and he really enjoyed the story. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore, Austin.
Eckler will be 30 in 2 days.
Okay.
Thank you, Kev.
That's still not that old, so I guess we're off.
That's a win for the Denver Broncos.
All right, I disagree there, Kevin. It's your bowl. What do you think?
Broncos blow them out.
Broncos. You're going to bet Broncos to win by 30, aren't you?
They win by a landslide.
The Raiders are the next week. We all have them sweeping those chumps, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
W.
Next.
Right there. Then we go to Week 15. This is a 2:25 kickoff, and it's going to be on CBS. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and those boys wearing their Packers uniforms come to Mile High. This is actually the only home loss I have on the schedule. The Packers are great. Josh Jacobs owns the Broncos. They're going to lose this one.
Yeah, and just like against the Houston Texans, you have 4 receivers to contend with: Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, and first-round draft pick Matthew Golden. Oh, yeah, got not 1, but 2 tight ends there with Tucker Kraft, really good move tight end, and Luke Musgrave, my Oregon State guy that I love. And you mentioned Josh Jacobs. This is an L for the Denver Broncos.
Yep, that's the only one I have.
Too many weapons.
You're right. A lot of weapons right there. And we're talking about a December game. Obviously, I understand both teams would have to play in the elements, but it could be anything going on that day. Week 16. Not the sexiest of games, but a fun reunion with Travis Hunter, because Travis and his Jags will come to town for a 2:05 start. This one will be on Fox, and I'm assuming we're all going W here because they're the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's a W. Great to see Trav out there, covered by Pat Surtain.
Oh, that's a fun matchup.
We can't say what we hear in the locker room, but when the Heisman Trophy debate was going on, Surtain, stopped the room because guys were arguing. Surtain comes in, he's like, everyone be quiet. Travis Hunter is the best player in college football, no doubt. So seeing TH12 covered by PS2, because I understand the way that PS2 just appreciates his game, which everyone should, that's going to be fun, but Jags lose.
Wasn't PS2 rocking a Travis shirt, too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were doing the
but he came in, it was literally, you're maybe not as old as me, but the E.F. Hutton thing, everyone was arguing. As soon as PS2 pipes up, everyone's like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
He
got the right answer right there.
You're right.
So that's a dub right there. Christmas night. Do we celebrate Christmas or do we cry to go to sleep on Christmas? It's the Chiefs. It's at home, and this game could have a ton of playoff implications, division implications. I told you I think they're splitting with the Chiefs. I got them winning in Week 11. I got them losing in Week 17.
I already told you, don't ask me for anything else for Christmas. You're getting what you're getting, and that's a Broncos win, and this win knocks the Chiefs out of the postseason.
And then Week 18, which could be for the division. It could be for a, dare I even say, first-round bye if things go the right way. It's the Chargers. It's at home. I have them losing that Week 3 matchup, and then I have them winning this Week 18 matchup. So you split with the Chiefs, you split with the Chargers, you sweep the Raiders, and in my world, you finish 11-6.
In my world, you finish with 13 wins because you beat the Los Angeles Chargers, and I believe the Chargers are going to give you a run, but it'd be nice if this was a Jarrett Stidham game.
Ooh.
Just play all your backups.
You have everything locked up.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun, right?
Like the Chiefs did to them last year.
Exactly, when it was Carson Wentz.
And Kevin, you also have them at 13-4, but you have more scheduling.
Well, so I was looking kind of, at bad weather type games. Unless we have bad weather here in Colorado, Broncos really probably won't have those. The bad weather games, Washington maybe, and Kansas City on Christmas. Their other away games, 4 of those away games are in domes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, and I guess at home you're really looking at Green Bay and Jacksonville as potential bad weather games. Maybe that Week 18 game against the Chargers too.
I mean, so it kind of works in their favor. I mean, Sean Payton's got to be thinking he's back in New Orleans playing in a dome all the time.
I'm sure he wished he were. All right, there it is. 13 for Kevin, 13 for Cecil, 11 for me. What say you, Broncos country? What's your number? 303-713-1043 is where you text it. How'd you get to it? And don't forget to put your name and city right there on the text. All right, it is a big night down at Ball Arena.